In the previous episode, Winston and I had a pod day, starting with a relaxing and slow morning. I tried to do some work but had to stop to fix a small leak that appeared in my chemical toilet, and I gave you a tour of a Lickisto Blackhouse Campsite and attended a music and food night with some other campers as we continue on our biggest adventure to date. So we're almost packed and ready to go. The bike is on the roof and I have repositioned the pod, which I did think that I filmed, but I forgot to press record. So instead, you're going to have to watch me have lunch and hitch up. Very exciting stuff. The previous day, I was struggling to speak and structure my sentences, and I put that down to being tired and worn out. Now, since today is moving day and it requires a lot of energy, I didn't say much to the camera. So most of the talking in this episode is going to be done by voiceover. But the good thing is that now I can tell you interesting facts, such as, although the clouds look light, fluffy and weightless, they actually weigh around 1 million tons. Okay, so now it's time to hitch up. Now, don't worry about Winston, I can see him in my mirrors and he is clever enough to move out of the way. And he won't go anywhere. Honestly, I couldn't lose this dog even if I tried to. So here's a not so fun fact. And that is that chainsaws were first invented for childbirth. They were developed in Scotland in the late 18th century, and it wasn't until the start of the 20th century that they started using them for chopping wood. So here I realised that if I kept going lower, the wheel was going to hit the triangle of death. So I needed to reposition it. Now, I always travel with an axle stand, so I can put the axle stand under the hitch to support the caravan, which then allows me to reposition the jockey wheel. I can then put the caravan onto the back of the van, and as an additional safety check, I wind the jockey wheel the other way to lift the caravan, and if it's on the tow ball correctly, then it will also lift the back of the car. After a quick nip to the toilet and me telling you the very weird fact that a chicken once lived for 18 months without a head, it was time for final checks before we set off to our next campsite of this adventure. Handbrake is off. Breakaway cable, electric's on. That is up. That is locked. Windows are shut. Motor motor is disengaged. That's closed. Back door is locked. Steadies are up. Closed, 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 off. Ready to roll. That's shut. That's shut. Side door shut. Bike is on. A few people ask if you need towing mirrors with a pod. Now the law states that you must have them if what you are towing is wider than your vehicle. My pod and van are about the same width, so technically I don't have to have them, but I put them on anyway because it's not like I can have too much visibility. Winston is all set. Do you look any more interested, Winston, eh? Now it's time to go. Or maybe not. Let's try that again. So this isn't a power problem. My van has pulled this caravan up steeper slopes. This is a traction problem. My van is front wheel drive and the gravel is deep, so the front wheels just end up spinning. Now I did just want to give it some welly, but there is a red car and you can see it just at the side of the shot, and I was conscious that if I did give it some welly, I would end up hitting the car with some stones because you can see them flicking out from underneath my tyres. Now I have got some grip mats and I got out to go and get them because I was going to put them underneath the front wheels to give them some grip so that I could drive out. But then I remembered that I put them in a very awkward spot in the roof box, so I kind of gave up on that idea. I got back in the van and decided to try a few more times since I was almost out. Unfortunately, I had no success. So I then decided to roll back down the hill, move over to the left so that I was further away from that red car, and then give it some welly. And we're out. Now my next option was going to be to unhitch the caravan, drive the van up on its own, and then motor mover the caravan up and then rehitch them both together at the top. So I knew that we wouldn't be stuck there forever. I was just trying to get out with the least faffing. We're out, let's just cover some of this back. Now while I cover up my tyre marks, it's time for me to confess that at this point in the adventure, I was feeling a bit broken and almost depressed. Now I put that down to simply being fatigued, both mentally and physically. I had been travelling for over a month and I spent most of that time cold and damp and getting battered by the wind. It took its toll on my skin. It became very dry and blotchy, and I honestly think that this adventure aged me. And even though I was in one of the most beautiful places in the world, emotionally, I was at a low point.
I saw the ending before the movie was done. I got thick skin because I've been burned before. I got baggage that you don't know of. Learn the hard way not to trust anyone. I'm not letting anyone get too close. I'm
need to go to the toilet. But let's get this on the pitch first. So we're at pitch number 1, and I should be able to do a straight line reverse. What if I don't take the cone out?
You probably think I'm hurting, but darling, I'll be fine. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm broken, I swear that I'm alright. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm hurting. Ooh, cowgirls don't cry.
So I did say that I didn't feel like talking much at the time of recording, but did you know that the largest piece of fossilised dinosaur poop discovered is over 30 centimetres long and 2 litres in volume? Now that I have made your life complete with that fun fact, here's a little bit of a roundup of our trip so far. So we are about halfway through our 64-night trip. This is our 9th campsite. I have towed my caravan over 700 miles from our home in Cheshire, and we have been on 3 ferries. Now, we did have sunny weather for the first 2 weeks, mainly when we were on the mainland. When we got to the Outer Hebrides, we had one nice full day, and I don't know if you remember, but that is when we went on a cycle ride to Vatersay, and I had to push Winston up the hills when he was in the bike trailer. That was a good time. But the other 19 days have been wind and rain, with temperatures ranging from 4 to 9 degrees Celsius. Now, Google says that the usual temperature at that time of year was supposed to be around 14 to 16 degrees Celsius. Now, I met many people who decided to just call it a day, and they've been trying to get a space on one of the big ferries back to the mainland. But they were struggling to get a spot because it seems like a lot of other travellers had the same idea. And honestly, I can't say I blame them. If I hadn't have had all my campsites and ferries pre-booked and paid for, I think I probably would have done the same. Now, I know that people watch these videos and they think, oh, it's just a bit of wind and rain, but it is very different when you're in a micro caravan because there is no respite from it. You're not going back to 4 solid walls, central heating and hot running water. And a lot of the day is spent cold and damp. There's a constant noise of wind and rain in the caravan, and also the caravan will frequently shake. This makes it very difficult to sleep and relax. And it's not like I've just had this for one night. This has been every day and every night for a few weeks, and it has been grinding me down. Now, I apologise if this is a depressing episode, but this isn't Instagram. This is real life. And although I know I am very lucky to be able to travel like this, I'm still human and I'm allowed to feel this way. But anyway, one of my fun facts is that you can actually die laughing, and a number of people have. They die from the intense laughter because it causes a heart attack or suffocation. So yeah, at least I know that no one is going to die from those causes whilst watching this episode. I was so happy to have one of those Stornoway steak pies as some comfort food. In a previous episode, I pronounced the name wrong. I've been told it's Charles McLeod. I hope I got it right that time. Now, I did plan on just having half of it, but food is one of my ways to happiness, so I quickly changed my mind and I had the whole thing. The mushy peas did turn out a little bit too runny though. Yesterday, I had lots of work that needed to be done yesterday, ready for today. Today's Monday. So I ended up staying awake last night working, and I didn't finish till gone 1 a.m. It was about 1:30 when I climbed into bed. I then got woken up at 3:30 in the morning from the wind, went back to sleep. I got woke up again from the wind at about 5 a.m. So this morning, got up, took Winston out for walks and toilet and breakfast. I almost lost the back doors to my van. I do not know how my van doors are still attached. The amount of times I've opened the back door and the wind has just picked it up and blew it all the way open. Honestly, I'm surprised that they're still attached, but I'm thankful that they are. So I then got back into the pod. I took the wrap off the pop top and took the pop top down once again. I don't think this pop top has had as much action as what it's had in the past few weeks. It's been up, it's been down, it's been up, down, it's been up, it's been down. But now it is down because I have decided to go back to bed and I'm going to stay here and sleep until I wake up. I haven't set any alarm. I'm just going to sleep, and I'm not going to wake up till about lunchtime, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Anyway, I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to try to go to sleep with this going on. So this day was a complete write-off, but I did enjoy some more comfort food, this time a full Charles McLeod lasagna. And my last fact is that murder rates rise in summer. So in the US, murder rates rise by 2.7% over the hotter months. And this could also explain why the Outer Hebrides have such a low crime rate.